24 ਦੇ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਬਹੁਤ-ਬਹੁਤ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਹੈ ਜੀ। ਮੈਂ ਹਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਹੋਸਟ ਪਾਲ ਚੀਮਾ। ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੁਝ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਮੌਰਗੇਜ ਦੀਆਂ, ਰੀਅਲ ਏਸਟੇਟ ਦੀਆਂ, ਔਰ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਵੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸੁਸਾਇਟੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਜਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸੁਸਾਇਟੀ ਜੁੜੀ ਹੈ ਉਹਦੇ ਸੰਬੰਧ 'ਚ ਕਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੀਆਂ, ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਬਾਰੇ ਵੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨੀ ਚਾਹਾਂਗੇ। ਜਿਵੇਂ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਮਿਊਨਿਸਪਲ ਇਲੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਦਾ ਮਸਲਾ ਬੜਾ ਭਖਿਆ ਪਿਆ, ਕੁਝ ਕੁ ਦਿਨ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਜੀ। ਅੱਜ 19 ਤਰੀਕ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਆ, 5 ਦਿਨ ਬਾਅਦ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗ ਜਾਣਾ ਕਿ ਮੇਅਰ ਕੌਣ ਚੁਣਿਆ ਜਾਣਾ। ਸੋ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਵੋਟ, ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੋਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਾਈ ਐਡਵਾਂਸ ਪੋਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਤੇ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਮੇਕ ਸ਼ੋਰ ਕਰੋ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਪੋਲ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਯੂਟਿਲਾਈਜ਼ ਕਰੋ, ਵੋਟ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਆਓ। ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਵੋਟ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਵੋਟ ਪਾਣੀ ਹੈ। ਅੱਜ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜਨਗੇ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਸੁਰਾ ਜੀ, ਐਬਟਸਫੋਰਡ BC ਤੋਂ, ਬ੍ਰਿਟਿਸ਼ ਕੋਲੰਬੀਆ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੁਝ ਰੀਅਲ ਏਸਟੇਟ ਬਾਰੇ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ। ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ we move forward, I just want to change my language to English because Mr. Sura doesn't understand much of Punjabi language. So as always, PC24 and Paul Cheema would congratulate each and every one of elders, youngers to us, brothers, sisters, families across the world, if they are celebrating their birthdays, anniversaries, sweet, sour, tangy, or if they have a newborn in their families, or if they have moved into their homes, they just closed last week. So congratulations to each and every one of you who got a great news, a happy moment to cherish. May you always be very, very happy. So we always start with sharing a quote. For the last 2-3 days, I have been sharing quote about health and happiness. So the quote that I'm going to share today is an Irish quote. Nobody has taken any credit for it, or just know that I didn't even go deeper to find out who said that quote. But there are some interesting facts about Ireland that I can share with you. Official name of Ireland is Republic of Ireland. Ire is the Irish language, E-I-R-A. E has an accent on that, just like French. The population of Ireland is 4.9 million, but more than 80 million people with Irish roots and Irish passports are living abroad. The capital city is Dublin. It has 2 official languages, Irish and English, and it is divided into 32 counties. So if you are not aware of it, Irish flag is green, white and orange. So if you ever start a YouTube channel, just be careful about the colors. And Ireland's nickname is the Emerald Isle, E-M-E-R-A-L-D Isle. This is beautiful, isn't it? When you say emerald, you can think about those precious stone that we wear on our body, on our person. So another interesting fact about Ireland. So we are all getting into Halloween. It is just a few days away, 31st October, when we will be trick-or-treating. So it is said that Halloween originated in Ireland. I can bet you aren't aware of it. The basis for the fun holiday dates back over 2,000 years to Celtic festival of Samhain, S-A-M-H-A-I-N. The ancient people of Ireland celebrated the day the dead would return to walk the earth once yearly before the new calendar year began. So travelers that visit Ireland in late October get a chance to experience the country's largest all Hallows Eve festival. The top destination in the world for celebrating the spooky holiday isn't Salem and its Derry, D-E-R-R-Y. The London Derry banks of the Foyle Halloween Carnival offers a spectacular 4-day celebration during the last week of October every year. It features parades, bonfires, and of course, people of all ages dressed as their favorite ghosts, ghouls, and monsters. You see that. And Ireland is one of the most religious nations in the Western world. So this quote came from Ireland. And here is the quote. It says, "A good laugh and a long sleep are the best cures in the doctor's book." A good laugh and a long sleep are the best cures in the doctor's book. So this encompasses everything. You staying happy, you having long sleep, resting, and at the same time your health. So I guess you grasp this in your mind and follow this regimen. Oh, talking about regimen, I have a strict guy here who follows strict regimen. So his name is Amrit Sura. So let me bring him up on stage directly in front of you so you can ask him any question you may want. And we'll talk about inflation in a bit. We'll share some information about our favorite businesses who give excellent service. So stay tuned with us. Let's welcome our guest of the day, Mr. Amrit Paul Sura. Welcome, Mr. Sura. How are you today?
Fantastic. How are you guys?
Life is good. You know, having a guest, you know what best thing I get out of it?
You get to enjoy your day.
I can get some moment to sip my coffee.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a good way to start. It's a good way to start the day, right? I think at the end of the day, we need to have the right fuel to help us persist on the day-to-day goals that we set.
I felt very hungry. I was very hungry, but I dialed one of my friend, the friend from my workplace, Mr. Sagal, and we were talking, going back to the memory lane. Then I totally missed having my breakfast. So I quickly rushed to grab something to eat and quickly made my coffee, so I can just enjoy it and kill the hunger while I'm the broadcast. So how is everything going on, Amrit?
Still, yeah, absolutely fantastic. As you know, things are ever changing in the economy. So we're still seeing people buying, people still selling. So again, will there be a significant change for the inflation rates? I guess we'll unearth that, and I can see you've got some breaking news there. 6.9%. Wow. Okay.
Yep, that's where we are.
So slowly. Well, 0.1%. 0.1% is still.
It's just 0.1%. So they have been inefficient. They couldn't control it. Things are out of control now. This is dangerous.
It certainly is putting people in precarious situations, especially if people have over leveraged themselves. But again, there might be a lifeline for them if there's got to be some kind of intervention. Professional mortgage specialists like yourself can guide them through and bring them back together. I think if people get into overwhelming financial burdens, it might take them a good 3 to 5 years in order to make things back up. Again, don't be getting into the real estate aspect of things unless you're fully prepared, right?
Yeah. So this is what the inflation report says, Amrit. It says the CPI in August rose 6.9% on a year-over-year basis, deaccelerating from 7.0% gain in August, marking the third consecutive monthly slowdown in headline inflation. So this is just a headline inflation. Lower gasoline prices were mostly responsible for deacceleration. While prices at the pumps dropped in September compared with August, Canadians continue to feel the pinch from higher food prices. So I underline higher food prices. Excluding food and energy, prices rose 5.4% year over year in September, following a gain of 5.3% in August. So we are still higher than August. Price for durable goods such as furniture and passenger vehicles grew at a faster pace in September compared with August. In September, the mortgage interest cost index continued to put upward pressure on the all-item CPI as Canadians renewed or initiated mortgages at higher interest rates. And on a monthly basis, the CPI rose 0.1% in September. On a seasonally adjusted monthly basis, CPI was up 0.4%. Average hourly wages rose 5.2% on a year-over-year basis in September, meaning that on average, prices rose faster than wages. It's only gasoline prices that went down by 7.4%, but look at the vehicles prices went up. And that's so true. They are getting very expensive.
Supply chain issues, right? At the end of the day, I think everything gets restricted at access points.
Scarcity, I guess, maybe.
Pardon?
Maybe scarcity.
Scarcity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it says
absolutely.
on a monthly basis, gasoline tumbled down 7.4% in September, following a 9.6% decrease in August. So this is the third consecutive month-over-month decline for gasoline. And they say an increase in global supply of crude oil was a contributing factor to falling gasoline prices compared with August. Year over year, gasoline prices rose 13.2% in September, down from 22.1% in August. So when you compare year over year, the data says 13.2% high from the last September 2021. This is where we are. So I don't see things are going to be better for the interest rate announcement, which is due on 26th of this month.
7 days away, 1 week. So
One
next
week away.
Wednesday.
Yeah, 1 week away. And do you know that the food prices from stores went up 11.4%? The prices at the fastest pace year over year since 1981. This is too much. So get ready for another big shot of vaccine, this interest rate vaccine coming your way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at some point, people have to think about how they need to really budget themselves well enough, take out the wants, and really highlight the needs as far as their day-to-day running of their household is concerned, right? Because this might not be the right time to go on a shopping spree, right?
No, it definitely is not. But we're talking just about grocery, Amrit. Grocery went up 11.4%. You know how much people paid more this year than the last year? Here is the data. They paid 7.6% more for the meat. They paid 9.7% more for the dairy products. They paid 14.8% more for the bakery product, and they paid 11.8% more for the fresh vegetable. These are the major food categories. Guess where would they go?
It's passed on to the consumer. I mean, if
Always.
if there's supply chain issues and people are suppliers, like a local market, they're not going to absorb the cost of bringing the goods in. They're going to spread it over the consumers, right? So at the end of the day, one way of looking at it is now, if there's such a restraint, you know, you might be looking at, you know, instead of one can of soup, or instead of 6 cans of soup, you're gonna buy 3 cans, right?
3 cans, or maybe switch to altogether a different product then.
Different product, different ways of nourishing yourself. So at the end of the day, it's really gonna emphasize people taking a good look at how much better they can do for themselves. If we follow what the government is doing in a haphazard way in order to make you know, different strategies in order to reduce consumers, then then we're going to fall into, you know, internal problems within a family. So I think if the family, you know, if the family circle looks within and says, well, okay, we can cut down on such and such in order to help us maintain our routines. So I feel quite bad for people who don't have the ability to make you know, these kind of decisions, because at the end of the day, it puts them into another category, right?
Absolutely. And this is it's for every one of us. It is dangerous for you, it's dangerous for me, for everyone. Now we have paying let's say 1,500 or 2,000 more mortgage than we were paying before March or February this year. And then we are paying on top of that 11-12% for vegetables alone. We are paying close to 8% more for meat products. And do you think the shopkeepers, they add 8%? They are way higher than 8%. But the way CPI is measured, they have different formulas which decreases the actual number. It's not 100% accurate. So look at this, meat 7.6%, dairy 9.6%, bakery 14.8%, veggies 11.8% up year over year. Just imagine, bakery product, people eat that kind of food like breads, those what you call bagels, donuts, all those things are bakery products. So you are paying 15% more than last year. Are you making that kind of money?
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe I don't know. I mean, the government's going to have an answer such as, all right, well, maybe start baking your own bread at the house. You know, I know as Indians, you know, we have the ability to make our own rotis, right? So and the price of flour has increased, you know, by fourfold at least. So at the end of the day, it's hitting everybody's wallet. Now, how does that impact, you know, the consumer for housing needs? It pushes them into a rental scenario. Now, who's the biggest winner out of all of this? Does it curb spending? Will it curb spending and lower the inflation rate over time? There's certainly going to be more strategies for people to employ in order to make sure they're able to continue their journeys along. So you know, at the end of the day, let's see where the government ends up with their rational decision, as they call it. The only thing that they could do is, try and soften the blow. I mean, how long will that take?
Well, I feel for people, I can feel their pain. It's not definitely not easy times. Harsh measures are needed by the bank. We have to support Bank of Canada. There's no doubt about it. Holding protest or marching will add additional cost, because when you hold a protest, police has to deploy it. Police is not enough. I don't see every province has enough police personnel to control a situation. So other means are used. That means investing more money or hiring more police officers, adding more cost to our maintenance, and this adds further the inflation and then rising rates. These are not going to stop the government from increasing the overnight lending rate. It's going to go up. I'm expecting 75 basis points, to be honest, because nothing has changed much. 7 to 6.9 is not a big, it's not a game changer. It's a slight number. So it doesn't even affect. But look at the core thing that people need, where they are. I know it was 9.9% a couple months back, the grocery thing, but now it is 11.6%, something like that, 11.8% for veggies, and bakeries 14.8%, dairy 9.7%. Doesn't add up. It's very hard. And students have paid more tuition fees in 2022. They went up by 2.3% in September, year over year.
Yes.
And in your area, British Columbia, it says the gasoline price in BC went up by 27%. How is that?
Yeah, not many people can say that their wages increased in relation to the increase in the consumer products, right? So, where do people go from now? I mean, at the end of the day, they've got to tighten their purses, right? There's no other way. The reality is, when you said you're paying $2,000 to $3,000 more, is that spread out over a year?
Say that again? Sorry.
In your mortgage rate, you're paying $2,000 to $3,000 more per year?
Yeah, they went up. Like after the increases started in March, April, people have been paying way more interest. Like there was $2,000 amortized payment with many banks, but that went away. That blew up the trigger rate. Mm-hmm. So now that 2,000 is barely covering the interest payments, and the payments went up because they crossed the threshold of trigger rate. So interest rate has really gone up very much. Like it is too much. Just imagine from 1% or 1.5% all the way up to 5%, and the mortgage payments for the bigger amounts have really gone up from $1,500 to $2,000 more just in interest payments. All these ones, variables only. Only a small component has been affected right now because most of the people go for fixed rate mortgages, then some mortgages originated in 2020, the rates were still okay. So mostly people go for 5-year terms. So they will mature in 2025 or something, close that. There is a very small percentage of people who have variable mortgages, but then those people got hit very badly. And people are still inclined to go for variable mortgage, trying to get a shorter term. But then the bank increased rates on shorter term mortgages too, because many people were shifting to the 2-year term or 3-year term, because it's an educated guess. This may not go for long, may stop in 2 years. So people are trying to go for 2-year term. Now bank sees that trend happening. Then they jacked up the rate on 2-year term.
So then here's the thing. What they're trying to herd the crowd. They're trying to herd the masses into going for fixed rate mortgages. Is that the
Well, they tell you where to go. They give us direction. They play music. They show direction. We go that way. This is how they can direct us. Just imagine we are a herd of sheep being guarded by these shepherd dogs. So they know which way to
Right.
go, right? So they steer you in which direction. So this is what government is trying to do these days. And I'm pretty confident they will be very successful because we don't have an option. We may say this is
Right.
my house, but technically bank owns that property.
yeah?
So we'll keep
did the
talking
banks-
like this. Stay with us for a few more minutes. We'll come back after this quick break. Thank you very much. Are you looking for a reliable legal office that can handle your closing in the most effective manner? If yes, please get in touch with Rakesh Joshi at 416-213-8600. Joshi Law Office provides all the legal advices about real estate law, business law, immigration laws, notarization and affidavits, wills and trust. Give them a call today, 416-213-8600. Are you looking for reliable immigration services? If yes, contact Sukhi Paul at 647-296-4575 or office phone number 905-790-8877. They are located at 219-220 at 7956 Torban Road. It's right at the intersection of Torban Road and Steeles Avenue West. Contact them for all kind of visa services. Finding an honest and diligent insurance and investment advisor is a rarity these days. If you are looking for great advice, contact Mr. Bhupendra Mane, who is the regional director of Cosmos Financial Center. They are located at Union number 830 Top Flight Drive, Mississauga. The phone number to call is 647-448-6229. Give them a call today. Is your business suffering from performance? If yes, it is the right time to call Ravinder Duggi at 416-807-7986. She will find out the weak points and the points where the performance issues are paramount and help you fix those issues. Give her a call today. Do not be late. Are you looking to buy or sell your home or any commercial real estate? If yes, call me today at 647-333-2273 or 647-328-3279. I provide services in real estate and mortgages. I am mortgage broker with Akal Mortgages Inc., where when we say yes, we stand behind our promise. Reach out to me today. Do you want to shop right without burning your pockets? If yes, please visit Monisha Discount Warehouse at 377 Burnhamthorpe Road, East Mississauga, Ontario. They are the best. They have all kind of Indian, Pakistani and other local stuff that you can buy at literally throwaway prices. Contact them at 905-361-0773. Monisha Discount Warehouse. D.P. Jain is a well-known name in the fields of accounting. You can contact him today at his cell number 416-305-0080 or his office number 905-790-9327. Once you start working with him, you will never want to leave him. He is 5-star professional. Call him today. D.P. Jain Professional Corporation. PC24 RETV is heard over so many different channels. If you want to promote your business for free, call me at 647-333-2273. You can also send your artwork to contact@paulcheema.com. We are here to be partners in your business success. 647-333-2273. Welcome back to PC24's live broadcast today from 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. If you're watching us on YouTube, kindly like, subscribe, and share the channel with your friends and family. We will be able to give you amazing experience if you do so. At the same time, we have a open contest going on. If you interact with any host on the show, you may win $50. You have to be in Canada. Doesn't matter if you're PR, on work permit, or student. Could be anything. Interact in a respectful manner and ask us a question, give a suggestion, or figure out something that you want to say about the topics being discussed, or even suggest us how we can be better. You may be eligible to win $50 gift card. Here we are with our guest of the day, guest of the day, Mr. Amrit Sura. Amrit Sura, I think I still have to take a good nap.
So it's well, you know, I heard you say something about a respectful manner. Now, obviously, with social media being the way social media is, we generally see everybody has a difference of opinion, right? So
About respect.
whether or not someone's opinion's gonna match with yours, there's always a little bit of a conflict, and what I find is people feel a little bit brave behind their keyboards in order to highlight their points, right? So, like you says, respectfully, if somebody's engaging a conversation, let it be valuable, right? And meaningful at the end of the day. We're here generally to help each other move forward in whatever ways you can. You don't want to see people in struggle, right? Now, with everything that's happening at the present time, people really have to kind of bring themselves, relieve themselves of the ego and maybe ask for somebody to analyze their situation. Don't make an emotional based decision without calculating the risks, right? So which brings in the point where in order for somebody to make sure that they're able to buy a house, firstly, in Canada, you got to be a PR, so you can minimize your, you're not going to pay the foreign buyers tax. Secondly, the process might take, in preparation, up to 5 years. Now, on a day-to-day basis, I'm not sure if schools teach this. When you get into the workforce, getting into the workforce is one thing. Now, preparing to sustain yourself for over a year, you should have 6 months' wages in the bank, or 6 months' wages available for you in order to continue your day-to-day routine. Because they'll never discuss the what-if scenario. So being prepared takes making a decision, but you have to have all the calculations done correctly. Now, if you're just getting into the workforce, your goal might be to buy a car, right? So you're going to have payments on the car, you have insurance, you have rent, you have a number of different things. Before you go out and venture into that purchase, you want to make sure that you're covered for 6 months or whatever it is. I mean, at the end of the day, the messages being sent right now are everybody's got to be fully prepared. Don't do what, don't be like monkey see, monkey do. Don't do what the government does. Don't do what the Smiths do. Do what you're capable of, right?
Yep.
So
absolutely.
This year or this half year, since all these increases have come to the table,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to shake up a lot of things. So whether or not people heed the lesson,
Mm-hmm.
it's all yet to be seen, right? So talking points are such that it might offend some people. How can we, with global inflation rates increasing, how can we sustain ourselves for 6 months?
You're right. So keep an
Right?
emergency fund in the bank right now. But do they have
Emergency
that kind of
funds
money?
Yeah.
The biggest thing is we don't have provisions for this kind of money in our bank accounts. Most of the families are living paycheck to paycheck. So budgeting for 3 months is a big thing for them. I accidentally got a phone call yesterday from someone. I don't know where my number showed up, in social services somewhere. So she called me and she said they have found the accommodation, and then when can we send them the first and last month deposit? I said, well, why should I send you that kind of money? And she said, is this not a social service? I said, no, you got the wrong number. So just a random phone call told me the struggle families are going through. And this is so hard. It was not a good call. I really felt disturbed hearing that people don't even have money to afford their monthly rent. They are so dependent on the social system. And this scenario, higher inflation, has actually put people to a lot of financial pressures. Education, groceries, commute, and their daily needs of refreshment, it has all gone through the roof. People are really going crazy this time, and I don't know about your area, but we are seeing an uptick in crime rate. More vehicles being stolen, more places being robbed, people stealing drugs from pharmacies, is all happening. It's chaotic situation. I don't even know how it can be handled. On top of that, we are going to have municipal elections in a few days. 24th October, people will elect their mayor. I think it's all through Ontario perhaps, but I see in Mississauga, Brampton, Caledon, York region, we are all headed for municipal elections where we're going to elect a mayor for us. It's a heated environment these days.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, at the end of the day, they need to appoint somebody who's in charge, obviously, to give us the right guidance to help develop the community in order to get them on a reasonably level playing field, right? So we just went through that last week. I think the last day was the 15th. I received 2 phone calls from one person was running for council, and then another person was running for mayor, and they called up and says, okay, are you going to vote? I mean, not have you voted? I mean, I voted on the first day, so
Okay.
I do early voting, and I make sure I'm the first out of the first 3. I told you actually on that day that I missed the 2 Wednesdays ago, I believe. I went for early voting, and so I get everything out of the way early, and then get on with my life, right? So, and these people are calling me on the last day to say, "Hey guys, are you going to vote?"
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've already voted, so what can I say to this person? I says, "Well, thank you for your call. I appreciate it. Wish you all the best." Right? So, so. At the end of the day, I think every community is going to have to take a real good look at how well things need to be accommodated for financially on the projects and on the rollout of new development and all such. So great. I think it's important. Get out and vote. Make sure you do your research on who the right person is for your community. It can't be somebody who's one-sided and is going to look at the community as a whole.
And it can be
in India
it cannot be someone who promises things that they can never fulfill. Like, I will reduce the crime rate. How? What's the authority of a councillor or mayor? How can they get more like police personnel? If they can get more police personnel, at what cost? Do they have funds for that? Is there some logical explanation of what they're saying? Crimes are increasing, crimes are on the rise because economic situation is really very bad. And I don't know when it's going to stop, but I don't see any serious action being taken against people who do all those kinds of acts. Have you seen anything happening? Police doesn't even report there. Check up the data on how many police personnel are there against a population. I have some numbers here. If I could just tell you that the population of Peel region is 1,487,579. This is in 2021. And total number of police officers, they are 2,124. And the male are 1685, females are 439. And total number of civilian and other personnel are 954 who may be assisting the police department. So against 100,000 population in region of Peel, which is Mississauga, Brampton and Caledon, we have 142.8 police personnel. So what do you think? How effectively can the crime be prevented or stopped? So authorized police personnel strength per 100,000 is 147, but we have 142 per 100,000. And there is a crime severity index rate. I don't know what it means. It is close to 37%. And then there's a weighted clearance rate, which is 45%. Net gain or loss, hiring and departures, 68. Police officers eligible to retire, 4.8%. So this is where things are. So do you think 142 people against for a population of 100,000 is an effective police department management? I don't think so. We need more. But do we have money for that? I don't know. So how can a councillor or a mayor or whosoever matters can ensure the crime rate will come down? How will it come down? I think the crime is mostly due to economic downturn that's happening everywhere now. What do you think, Amrit?
So I think, when they look at the calculations, they do they'll do a study based on what they think how many people would be. All of the 100,000 people aren't going to be actively in a criminal mindset, right? So they're not masterminding a heist or whatever it is. They're trying to do their best to get their next meal. So at the end of the day, what emphasis the mayors should really make is that getting into some sort of early education system where they're helping people learn and prepare to be good citizens, right? So how do you do that? The intervention has to be at an earlier time when the children are getting educated. Yes, there's turmoil at the present time, how do you avoid future turmoil? You gotta be able to educate the people at an earlier time in order to move forward. Now, with which means? Is it a broad spectrum where they say, okay, let's bring in all sorts of different ideologies in the school system in order to help move our children forward? No, I think what messages have really been forgotten is, and one of the things, I've never brought this topic up before, you and I are both Sikhs, right? And I'm a Sikh living in a community in Abbotsford, British Columbia. Now, traditionally, Abbotsford was called the Bible Belt. Okay, this area being the Bible Belt. Now, I believe over 20 years ago, they removed the Bible from the school system. Why?
Okay.
Right. So here's in a short synopsis, my opinion. People are forgetting the right way to live because there's too many distractions. Now, whoever wants to be in power is engaging whatever ways of medium in order to guide people into certain directions. So it's misdirections by of the masses in order to create mass confusion, and then they get into problems. And then they think, okay, well, how did we get this? How did we get this way? We forgot the main aspect of any religion. They forgot the right way. The right way was to believe in Scripture, believe in the unknown, and lead a good life. There's still, okay, we're talking about, the average person being in jeopardy because they're living on a month-to-month paycheck scenario.
Yeah.
But you and I both know there's people still out there with enough money for next 10 generations, and they're making donations to food banks and doing what they can for community. What lesson did they learn? So the question, I hope the question is answered in the sense, what measures does one take? Is a simple solution is forget the distraction. Now, does that change the financial outlook? No, it doesn't. It takes time. I mean, at the end of the day, it took this much time. This is, the inflation rate is the highest it's ever been in the last 40 years. Right?
Yeah.
So
that's true.
How long will it take to get out of it?
Yeah. So we'll just quickly take a break and come back. Thank you very much. Are you looking for a reliable legal office that can handle your closing in the most effective manner? If yes, please get in touch with Rakesh Joshi at 416-213-8600. Joshi Law Office provides all the legal advices about real estate law, business law, immigration laws, notarization and affidavits, wills and trust. Give them a call today, 416-213-8600. Are you looking for reliable immigration services? If yes, contact Sukhi Paul at 647-296-4575 or office phone number 905-790-8877. They are located at 219-220 at 7956 Torban Road. It's right at the intersection of Torban Road and Steeles Avenue West. Contact them for all kind of visa services. Finding an honest and diligent insurance and investment advisor is a rarity these days. If you are looking for great advice, contact Mr. Bhupendra Mane, who is the Regional Director of Cosmos Financial Center. They are located at Unit number 830 Top Flight Drive, Mississauga. The phone number to call is 647-448-6229. Give them a call today. Is your business suffering from performance? If yes, it is the right time to call Ravinder Duggi at 416-807-7986. She will find out the weak points and the points where the performance issues are paramount and help you fix those issues. Give her a call today. Do not be late. Are you looking to buy or sell your home or any commercial real estate? If yes, call me today at 647-333-2273 or 647-328-3279. I provide services in real estate and mortgages. I am mortgage broker with Akal Mortgages Inc., where when we say yes, we stand behind our promise. Reach out to me today. Do you want to shop right without burning your pockets? If yes, please visit Monisha Discount Warehouse at 377 Burnhamthorpe Road, East Mississauga, Ontario. They are the best. They have all kind of Indian, Pakistani and other local stuff that you can buy at literally throwaway prices. Contact them at 905-361-0773. Monisha Discount Warehouse. D.P. Jain is a well-known name in the fields of accounting. You can contact him today at his cell number 416-305-0080 or his office number 905-790-9327. Once you start working with him, you will never want to leave him. He is 5-star professional. Call him today. D.P. Jain Professional Corporation. PC24 RETV is heard over so many different channels. If you want to promote your business for free, call me at 647-333-2273. You can also send your artwork to contact@paulcheema.com. We are here to be partners in your business success. 647-333-2273. Welcome back to PC24's live broadcast from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. Monday to Saturday. It's broadcast on YouTube, our PC24 RETV group on the Facebook, LinkedIn and Twitter. So if you have any question, please feel free to call us at 647-956-1020 or 647-333-2273. So the fall is already here and we are headed into winter. The weather is getting colder by each passing day. The way I see the skies, it's frightening sometimes. Yesterday there was very dark, cloudy, like it looked like it's going to storm, but then suddenly it just vanished the way it came. So it's also time to take care of your property. So get ready for winter. Make your home winter ready. So do you have any suggestion for keeping the home winter ready?
So normally what we do is if there is a requirement, we'll get the landscaping looked after, get all the trees and shrubs pruned back, all of the garden beds retilled and then ready.
And the patio furniture removed as well. No barbecue.
Exactly. Barbecue, cover the barbecue unless you have a covered area for winter barbecuing. I know some people do. A lot of people will make sure that their swimming pools and their hot tubs are also winterized.
Winterize them.
You don't want to have an ice cube in the hot tub, right? So
absolutely.
Keep those temperatures warm, and then obviously you've got preparing for salting and all such, and then make sure the gutters and downspouts are ready to let the flow of water through into the perimeter drainage.
Right, yeah.
And then any any door jambs that require the winterization. It's very important. So at the end of the day, take the AC units out. If you have a window AC, put them away. Get them stored away. So lots of little things to do. Wash your windows.
Wash your window. Check for drafts. If the cold wind is coming in, check that out.
Right.
Check caulking.
Caulking, especially, because every 2 to 3 years, depending on the moisture levels in your area. So certainly there's a different level of attention required on some things, and then obviously the general day-to-day maintenance, whether you start from inside or out. But it could take a good 2 to 3 weeks to have your house winter ready, and then get those salt bags now, because you might you might be beat before you get to the store on the day it snows. Yeah,
start storing items. They may be cheaper. Costco already has that kind of stuff. And windshield washer. You may like to go there, get windshield washer, maybe stock 3 or 4 packages. They come as a package of 4. Mm-hmm. I think that's enough to run you through. And then, not talking about home, your vehicle too. So get those winter tires set up right now, and they will stay until March or April, I guess. So things are going to be very bad very soon. So keep ready. And like Amrit said, it is time to take everything that's lying in your garden, store inside, unless you have covered area for barbecue, year-round barbecue. That's cool. Fabulous, good advice.
Yeah.
And isn't it the best time for sowing your grass seeds if you want? Before the first, I think, what do you call it, frost, or after first frost, you can throw the grass seeds. They will soon be covered with snow. Your pets won't be able to, scatter them. Birds won't eat them because they're covered with snow. And next spring or summer, your garden will be green, lush green grass again.
Make sure you choose the correct seeds.
Yeah.
The grass seeds, Ask the guy at the store to make sure it's the right type of grass you like.
The bluegrass is very expensive, I guess. That's best seed. Or California grass, I don't know. And if you have snow thrower, time to service it. Take it out, because people don't take out I am included in that. We don't remove the gas from the snow blowers. It is such a hard work. I don't know how to take the gas out, but unused. So that gas loses its spark. So when you try to ignite, turn your snow blower on, it won't turn on. Last time I had to actually open the piping that goes into carburetor, drain the whole tank, put new gas in there, only then it started. I have the electric one. You push a button, it will just crank, then die, crank and die. Then I just have to do all that hard work. It was freezing cold, Amrit. My hands were freezing and I couldn't even hold those tools, and I was doing it in the backyard. It was very tough. So this is the time to check whether it's still very, flexible for you. Get ready for it. It's coming. Winter is coming.
Winter is coming, right.
It's 11:29 a.m. It's time for us to say goodbye. Would you like to say something before we leave, Amrit?
Well, aside from the dark and dismal news, we want to encourage people to stay with a positive mindset and understand that there's people out there that can assist you with procedures that will get you to the right place, right? At the end of the day, if you're in financial constraints, there's some financial advice that you might get from the right guys. So, and, it's never over So at the end of the day, I think if you have a good long-term vision, you will succeed. So
Absolutely.
stay on that point.
Stay positive. This is the time. Hold on to your families. Stay together. Understand situation is tough. There are many people going to food banks these days. If you are capable, you have money, please donate non-perishable food items to any food store of your choice. Know that you are feeding so many families when you donate a can of beans or anything that is a non-perishable pasta or something. Just go to Costco, shop for a food bank and deliver it there. You will get a good karma. I can tell you that. Life will be better. So before we close the program, I would like to sympathize with each and every one of those families who have lost their family member, because death is something we cannot stop. We are in acceptance. We have to concede to the death, and we must accept that hard fact. So we shall pray for peace to the departed soul. We shall also pray to God to give you strength to overcome this biggest shock of your life. And the vacuum, I hope, gets filled soon. You move on with your life. With that, we'll take your permission. See you tomorrow, 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. Be here to hear this great guy, Amrit Sura, from Abbotsford, BC. He's a good guy. If you want to buy, sell, invest in real estate, call him up at 778-999-1531. His number was always here for you to note down. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, Amrit.
Have a great day.